Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. After watching this presentation, you will be able to understand the gender development indicators. The gender development indicator is a significant indicator of the spread of development initiative in a country. It is a gender-specific measurement of development parameters. Another very important gender-specific measurement index developed by the United Nations and used for analysis in the Gender Empowerment Measure GEM. The United Nations in 1975 started focus on the plight of women and declared it in the decade of women. It led to further focus on women through initiatives in various conferences and in Beijing 1995. Another United Nations initiative in this direction was HDI in 90s and GEM in 1995. Empowerment is the power of enhancing the capacity of individual or a group to make choice and to transform those choices into desired action and outcomes. The World Bank Empowerment Sourcebook identified empowerment as the expansion of assets and capability of poor people to participate in the negotiate with influence, control and hold accountable in situations that affect their lives. Empowerment of women involve the improvement of their status in the family, community and society. It ensures women's accessibility to modern development facilities, gender and development, and extend their participation in socio-economic and political process and decision-making process. The GEM has emerged as an important indicator of women empowerment in a community. GEM has helped highlighting the deficiencies in policies and their implementations. When the United Nations Development Programme first introduced GEM in 1995, it is said in its report that recognition of equal right for women along with men and their determination to combat discrimination on the basis of gender. The establishment of equal rights for social and ethnic minorities UNDP has been calculating GEM for countries to compare their relative status in terms of empowering workers. It ranks countries on a scale of 0 to 1 to advise National governments on appropriate policy initiatives and investment decisions. Empowerment measure has three components: the share of women in earned income, the relative weights of women among administrators and professional workers or women in parliamentary seats. These three components indicate women's active role in socio-economic and political process of a country. Muslim countries have repeated intercount lower participation of women in the economic and political process. Historical setting: if there is relative deprivation of women was attained by women and men, it may take longer to alter the historical setting in a country. Literacy rate: lower literacy rate for women could result in their exclusion from control over resources and in the decision-making process. In our culture, women are not involved in decision-making process due to illiteracy. Dropout ratio of girls is very high due to mobility problem. Schools are constructed far away from the villages, so the education facility is not accessible for women and girls. Dropout ratio after 10th is more high of women because of lack of universities and colleges in the district and tehsil level. So high education facility is not accessible for women. And many parents don't want to invest for the high education of girls. Women are less educated, so the job opportunities are allocated for boys and men. Social issues in development level of urbanization: typically urban societies extend a greater role for women at all levels. Rural societies are closed societies with limited resources as well as decision-making opportunities. Whatever is available encounter with men. It's available encountered with men. Discrimination against women can begin early in life. Paternal selection, childhood sexual exploitation, and limited access to adequate nutrition and health care all affect the number of girls in some part of the world who survive into adulthood. These factors combined with limited access to education, early marriage, and early childbearing affect the health and well-being of girls and can be have lasting effect throughout their lives. Although women do the majority of work, they do not share equally in income, earning, and wealth. Discrimination against women in earning employment, access to credit and capital accumulation mechanism, and private social benefit system also affect the economic well-being of their life and other household members. Poverty, the situation of women becomes worse for those living in poverty. The disproportionate burden of family limits access to education, training, and participation in paid employment. Women are forced to enter informal, unorganized employment, thus leading to exploitation economically, physically, and mentally. Violence against women, despite the protection guaranteed by the Declaration of Human Rights and the Convention on the Rights of the Child, gender discrimination and violence against women and girls persist everywhere. The people of the society are torturing women and girls at every stage. Because of that, women can't participate in development process, in decision making process. Despite promises in the convention to end all forms of discrimination against women, the Beijing Platform for Action and the Millennium Development Goals are the Sustainable Development Goals. Girls continue to be exploited by individuals and victimized by the law that failed to adequately protect them. They need protection every time. Forms of violence, gender-based violence, both reflects and reinforce inequities between men and women and compromises the health, dignity, security, and autonomy of its victims. encompasses a wide range of human rights violations, including sexual abuse of children, rape, domestic violence, sexual assault and harassment, trafficking of women and girls, and several harmful traditional practices. We should avoid to follow these negative practices. We should protect women and girls. The elected representative of the society should chalk out laws about the protection of women. A woman living in a village is alleged to be a witch and the cause of mishap in the village. She is tortured and sometimes killed. Low education and superstition lead such practices. These girls grow up under the supervision of priests in the temple, and when they are grown up, most of them are exploited. When they are grown up, most of them are exploited. I'm once again repeating this sentence. When they are grown up, most of them are exploited. Dowry is one of the most prevalent crime against women. At the time of gender and development marriage, a bride is supposed to bring dowry in terms of cash or kind as demanded by the bridegroom family. It's another social issue. In the absence of dowry, the marriage is not finalized, and after marriage, if the dowry is not given, the bride is tortured, exploitation at the workplace, in schools, and at home. This kind of exploitation is seldom reported as the culprit in is a known person. The crime against women is done either by colleagues, boss, teacher, or some relatives. Mostly relatives are exploiting girls. Rape. This is among the most common crime against women. All rape cases are not reported to police. Laws are not victim-friendly rape victims. The selling of a girl as domestic help or sex workers is also driven by poverty of the family. Violence. This includes forcing girls into prostitution and honor killings. Honor killing is killing females if they revolt against their family or relatives' wishes and decide to marry into other castes or religions. Every effort should be made to prevent such inhuman act of violence. Elimination of discrimination against women in employment and in access to capital and technology with attention to developing economic opportunities for women. Education and training skills are essential tools for achieving economic well-being. The abolition of traditional discriminatory practices. Legislative reforms should be formulated for the protection and promotion of a woman's right. Awareness about laws, rights, and responsibilities in family life must be made and implemented. There are many laws available, but the implementation is zero. Victims of violence must be offered physically and financially support. Strengthening advocacy on gender-based violence in all country programs in the conjunction with other United Nations partners and NGOs. Advocating for women with parliaments and women's national network integrating messages on the prevention of gender-based violence into information, education, and communication projects. Conducting more research on gender-based violence. This is the end of the session. Please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for next video. Any comments will be highly appreciated. Please like, share and subscribe my channel.